Hello and welcome everyone. Danny Garola here with stampinthepinkbarn.com. We are here for coffee and cards today. I am going to be playing with a set that I absolutely love. It is the Sending Smiles set along with the Pretty Prince paper that is going to be um, retiring soon. This is called the Pretty Prince. It has all these gorgeous colors in it. Um, so, can't wait to make this card for you guys. Isn't this paper just beautiful? You've got your Bermuda Bay, you've got your, I think that's our Evening Evergreen, some Blackberry Bliss, and some Calypso Coral going on down here. But not only do you have those main colors, hello Rhea, but you've got all these other colors that are inside of here that coordinate with this. So this is a very, very beautiful paper. So, and I believe that this is still available on the retiring list. So really take a look at this. When I get you guys flipped around, I'll show you it a little bit better when it's sitting flat in front of me than holding it up crooked like that. Also, those of you who are my customers and who've reached out to me, catalogs are in. Woohoo! Aren't these beautiful? Look at the colors on these catalogs. It just really is vibrant and just pops this year with our new catalogs. So if you don't have one of these, I have put the request for catalogs in the description of this video. You can click on that and see. It'll take you over to my jot form that will let you fill that out so you can request a catalog from me. If you are a current customer of mine, these should be showing up in the mailbox for you if you haven't already received yours. Now I have gone through and I have put the tabs all on mine because of when I'm showing the catalogs to people, I like to have just a quick reference to just flip to exactly where I need to go on my catalog. So it doesn't take me forever to find all the things that I'm looking for. So yesterday was a free shipping day here with Stampin' Up. $75 or more orders were free shipping. I'm so glad that you guys took advantage of that. This month, when you use my host code, I'm giving away a 5 free card PDF. So it will show you exactly and tell you how to put cards together using different stamp sets that are in the current catalog. This catalog right here, the current one that is getting ready to retire. I have used a couple of stamp sets out of this, and we have come up with some PDFs that I shared with you guys when you use my host code. When I get you guys flipped around, I'll point to the host code so you can either screenshot it or you will find it over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. Oh my gosh, so some news for you guys. So you guys know that I have moved. And crazy thing is on, what was it? Tuesday, I took the little neighbor lady down at our other house. I took her to her eye appointment that I do every 3 months. I take her out because it's quite a trip on the other side of town that she's just not comfortable driving herself that far, and neither is her husband. So I take her to her doctor's appointments. So while I was sitting there waiting for her, I get a phone call from my son. Well, a huge rattlesnake was in the yard with my dogs up here at our current house, and he was freaking out. They called my parents. My parents come over there because we're not used to dealing with snakes down 3 miles away, down the hill. We don't deal with any of that kind of stuff because I think it's because there's so many people, because we're only on acre parcels of property down there versus up here where it's 5 acres plus each piece of parcel. So there's not as many homes, there's not as many people coming and going. So this snake slithered into the pen where we keep our dogs, or not a pen, but I mean their yard where they can go out and go potty. It had gotten in there. Well, my husband had let the dogs out, and my big dog, he was out there just barking like crazy. And my husband was like, what is he going so crazy for? So my husband walked out there and saw this huge rattlesnake all coiled up. Well, luckily, none of my dogs got hurt. My husband got the dogs put in the house, and he called the non-emergency phone line, and asked them, what do we do with a snake? I don't want to kill it, but we can't have it here on our property. We've got too many other animals that we don't want anything getting hurt, people, animals, nothing. And they said, you actually need to call 911, which kind of surprised me that they would want you to block up the 911 line for a snake. But okay, they can be dangerous, they can be deadly. I get it. It was a rattlesnake. So they called 911. The fire department came and they boxed it all up, and then they take it and they relocate it somewhere out in the desert. And they said that if they have to relocate it within a certain amount of miles, because otherwise it can still smell the scent, hello Kay, from where it's from, and it will actually travel back a couple of miles. I don't remember exactly the number of miles that he had said, but they definitely have to relocate it quite a few miles away, otherwise it'll return. Whew. I was like, oh my Lord, things living in the desert that we haven't encountered, and we lived down in that other house for 10 years. Or a little bit less than 10 years. It was about a year after we moved here. So roughly around 9 years we had lived in that house. And we'd never dealt with, we had one, I think it's called a bull snake or a garden snake or something like that, come through. Well, they are not dangerous. They are actually the good snakes that you want to keep around, because they kill the bad snakes. They kill all the other creepy crawly things that are around. So it now lives over in my neighbor's yard, and it has for years since we saw this bull garden snake thing. But I don't see it anymore, and I was okay with that. But up here, we've been here for what, a month, and we've already had a rattlesnake, and I guess it was pretty large. So my husband was kind of freaking out. My son was freaking out, and I was just like, you guys, stay away from it. Get a hose, spray it off. Well, they tried doing that, and the snake just thought it was in heaven. He was like, oh, I'm in a great wet oasis. And he said, he goes, yeah, the hose didn't work at all. He just thought he was having a bath, and he just loved it. But when my stepdad came over to try to help, he wound up knocking the, oh, you got a rattlesnake in your yard too, Rhea? Yeah, it's starting to get warm. They're starting to come out. Pretty crazy. I'm not a big fan of snakes, but then again, I don't like creepy crawlies anyways, but I guess I picked the wrong place to live. But oh well, it is what it is. We just will now know that we have to call emergency and have them come relocate them, because I definitely don't want to kill them, because this is their home and this is their terrain. This is what they live in, and I don't believe in killing them, but then again, I don't want anybody getting hurt either. So that's a thing. So you have to pick the good with the bad. So alrighty, you guys, I'm gonna get you guys flipped around here, and there's not much business to talk about since we did have free shipping. Oh, I do want to mention with that free shipping, those of you guys who have placed orders, and I know quite a few of you have placed orders throughout the last couple of weeks, because of us demonstrators having the ability to do a pre-order. Our pre-order started, I think it was April 4th. We were able to do pre-orders. It kind of jammed up the system, because I just listened to a video that Stampin' Up put out. I guess April 4th was one of the biggest days in sales that they have had in even the full month of March. Like, they made more sales April 4th than all of March. So it is taking them a little bit of time to get things shipped and out the door. So those of you who have placed orders, please be patient and know that they are working as hard as they can. I placed an order on I believe it was the 5th or the 6th, and I just got confirmation yesterday that it got shipped, and it'll be here on Monday. So even though I'm a demonstrator and I'm just like anybody else, I have to wait that time frame as well, unless I was to pay expedite shipping, and I don't need it that bad to spend that extra money to do that. So I'll be patient and wait. As you guys saw when I showed my mom stuff on Monday that she actually placed her order on the 4th. and it had just came that day, that on Monday. So just to let you guys all know, they're working extremely hard. They've actually taken people out of their normal jobs and had them go down to the warehouse to put items in shipping boxes just to get people's orders shipped out to them. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So don't think that we're not staying up on top of things when it comes to the shipping, and that Stampin' Up! Doesn't let us know like the details on what is taking them so long. I'm glad that they put that video out for us, because I know a lot of people have reached out. Stampin' Up! Never takes this long to ship my stuff out. What is going on? Well, that's why, because they had a huge abundance of orders that day that they were not anticipating all those orders to come in. So it has really put them behind. So just be patient. Your orders will be shipped. And all of you who have placed orders with me, I will definitely send you guys the shipping information once it has been shipped. I know Stampin' Up! Does it, but I like to stay on top of it as well, just to keep my customers informed. So, alrighty, I'm gonna get you guys flipped around, so hang tight. If you have motion sickness, please close your eyes and I'll let you know when I've made the adjustment for it to be on my desk, because I don't want to make anybody sick. We're here to have a good time and stamp and create beautiful projects. No getting sick, so hold tight. Okay, I think we are good. I had to clean my camera off. It looked like it was kind of had a gross film on it. So I think we are ready to go. I guess we don't need to be staring at my feet. So let me tip this up just a bit. Or staring at my shirt. All righty, you guys. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad to see you all in here. Yes, Rhea, bull snakes are the awesome snakes. They keep all those critters away. Yeah, I've even heard that the bull snakes will eat the rattlesnakes, which just really kind of boggles my mind, because you think of rattlesnakes being venomous and they bite and they, put poison in things. So just kind of one of those crazy things, that to think that this is a good snake that you want around. And they do. They mimic the look of a rattlesnake. But if you really get a look of their head, you can tell the difference between a bull snake and a rattlesnake, because their head actually kind of looks like a bull. It's really kind of a different thing. You might want to look them up. It's kind of interesting differentiate between the two of them. Okay, so you guys all know that you're here for coffee and cards. So my annual catalog paper share is now available to register. This is where I send you the designer series paper through my blog. There is a form that you will fill out. I have 2 different options that you can see the paper share. I made sure that I had it pulled up here on my computer, but I closed my computer, so let me get it turned on here really quick. Just to show you exactly where you need to go to find that. With this, I send you a quarter pack of each one of the packs of paper that I include in the paper share. It is also where you will be able to get a sample. I cut them down to 6x6, unless it's already a 6x6 piece. I cut it down for you guys so you can at least get a decent size 6x6 square of it, so you can really get the feel of it, get the full effect of, especially on those specialty papers. Sometimes you don't get the full effect out of the catalog. Okay, so let me show you. If you go to my blog, which is stampinthepinkbarn.com, and if when you're here, you're going to scroll down. I have this tab here. Let me get some of these lights out of the way. Hopefully you guys can see this. So I have all these tabs right across the center here. Once you get past my little logo, You're going to go over here to the paper share, and once you click that, it will then take you to my paper share, and that is where you can read all about what I include in the two different options of the paper share. Now, if you pick option number 2, which is where you add on the specialty papers, I'm going to throw in a free pack of the 2023-2025 designer series in color paper. So just to let you guys know that. And then down here, here's some important dates that I tell you when I will be sending the invoices out. Once you sign up for whatever option you choose, it has important dates down there that just let you kind of know. And then there's that click now button that lets you register right there on that blog. So it'll take you over to a form and you just fill that form out. And then it'll ask you whether or not you are new to Stampin' Up, if you have a demonstrator already, and if you would like me to send you one of these beautiful catalogs, because these catalogs are jam-packed with full cards for you to have inspiration to create cards of your own. Even just looking at these cards on the front here, just really kind of is like, wow, you know, you don't have to use this particular stamp set to make these beautiful cards just using any kind of floral set that you have. So that's what I tell people. Even if you don't have the sets that are in these catalogs are full of creativity and all that kind of stuff that you can use the stamp sets that you already have to make these beautiful cards. Okay, also right now, we have the Exploring in Color Paper Pumpkin. This is the current kit that you can subscribe to. I have put the description I've put it in the description of this video that you can click that link and go straight over and read more about this Exploring in Color kit. Look how beautiful this box is. I can't wait for this box to come. It says, lace up your hiking boots because it's time to get outside and explore nature. With majestic landscapes and fun outdoorsy stamps, you can create nature scenes that beckon late nights around the campfire and fun times on the trail. And this kit is special for its in-color coordination. So it's going to coordinate with all those in colors that are coming out May 2nd. Take your loved ones and go somewhere you've never gone with this unique kit. Woo! So that sounds awesome. And so you can visit on my blog. If you go to promotions and scroll down, you'll see where it says Exploring in Color. You can read what the details in this kit are. So if you're not kind of on the edge of subscribing to that, you can kind of read a little bit more about it. So you'll know exactly if that's what you want. I'm very into the outdoorsy look when it comes to cards. I love having cards that are very versatile like that. So, all right, let me get my papers out here so we can get into today's card. So I am using Blushing Bride. This is 8.5 by 5.5. This is where I was showing you guys this Pretty Prince Designer Series paper. This is the paper that I'm going to be using, and I'm actually going to be using the Bermuda Bay, which is one of those retiring colors, hence the fact why the paper is going away. But with this Bermuda Bay colors, as you can see, here's the piece that I have chosen. In here, it includes all these different colors in this beautiful Bermuda Bay. So that's why they have all these different colors listed here in with your different designers' papers. So that's why when you see all these colors, you're like, wow, that's a lot of colors with just those 4 different papers. Well, that's why, is because there's all those other colors that are coordinated in there. So I have chosen this one. This is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I need a scrap piece of basic white, which we're going to be stamping on. Let me grab my, I don't have any of these clean, but this one will work, just so I can stamp on. Then I am going to grab, this is 1 1/4 by, I don't think I've cut it yet, but it needs to be 5 3/8. So that next eighth mark down below your 5 1/2. Okay, that's gonna fit there. Then I took a strip of that glimmer paper that is in the 2022-2024 in color, and I am going to cut that down to the 5 3/8 as well. I'm going to cut off the darker end. I think I want more of this lighter. It has a very ombre-ish look to this paper. So it goes from the darker on up to the lighter. Now this is Sweet Sorbet along with this. That is Sweet Sorbet as well. Then I need a square of Sweet Sorbet. This is cut at 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 square. Then I have a piece of basic white. This is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. And then I just have another little strip of that designer series paper that I will add to the inside. Okay. I'm also going to be using our brushed brass butterflies. Yeah, that one's pretty hard to say, but don't try to say it real fast. It's one of those tongue twisters. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our card started here. I'm also going to be grabbing the Sweet Sorbet ink along with that Bermuda Bay ink. I have my Sending Smiles stamp set that I'm going to be using. And then of course my chamois, because I'm going to be needing to clean stamps as we go. So let's go ahead and set this aside. Let's get our card base done here. So I'm just simply folding this in half and we're going to burnish it with the bone folder. Just like that. That's my card base. This will go next. So we're going to go ahead and glue that straight on there. Look at the back side of that. It has like that almost water splash look to it. But I like the side that has these little ferns and plants on it. Oh, come on. Of course, my glue is goobered up. So we're just gonna put that in there and try to get that flowing. Ah, there we go. I always keep that little needle on the side of my glue here. So whenever I get into a pickle with that and it doesn't want to work, I can always just push that up that little center of that to make my glue flow again. Okay, so I am going to add that. As you can see, you can just see a little tiny bit of that blushing bride around that, and that's what I want. Then my next strip is going to go right like this. And then with my little glimmer strip, that's going to go right here. But I'm not going to adhere those yet until we do these pieces here, just because we can find out the placement once everything gets stamped. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to stamp on this piece and my scrap. These pieces don't want to stay here. So that's just an extra bit that I had. I am going to use this big stem here first on this. So I'm going to grab my block here. So I can stamp on this, and I'm going to grab my Bermuda Bay. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put this right here. Okay, just like that. Hold on just a second. Zoe, enough. Ugh. Somebody pulled up out there, so Zoe's going crazy. You can hear my mom yelling at her now. Okay, so we just needed to do that with the Bermuda Bay. What next? Okay, so this is where I'm gonna move this out of the way and I'm gonna grab my scrap now. And we will use more Bermuda Bay in just a moment, but I'm gonna grab the Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to grab this flower right here and this flower right here. Now with this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the two-part stamping where I'm going to stamp off once with that to make it a little bit lighter. So there is the full generation color, and then I'm gonna do the second gen. That gives me a much lighter color there, as you can see. And then with this one, I'm going to take this flower. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to take this first and I'm going to stamp off with it. And then I'm just going to lightly tap the edges of those petals, leaving the center that light color. And then I'm just going to stamp that like that. So see how just the outer edge, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it differently because I don't think that's what I wanted. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this full strength, and then over here, I'm just gonna roll those edges off. That didn't work. Hold on. Just gonna roll the edges off like that. So see how I just rolled the edges, and then now I'm gonna stamp. Okay, that's what I wanted. I had it reversed over here. I like this look better where my petals are light and then the inside is dark. So what I did was I just stamped in here and then rolling my stamp using that rolling technique to just roll the outside of those petals to just get that ink off. And then when I stamp, I get the dark part inside and the light on the outside. Either way would work. Not really, it just gives you kind of two different looks of that. So let me pull this forward because it seems like you guys are really far away today. I must have tweaked my, here. You know what, hold on just a second, you guys. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit because this seems very, very high up today. But then again, I'm probably not gonna get it without screwing you guys all up. Hold on, let me drop this down a little bit. Don't get motion sickness because I'm moving you guys around. There we go. That's a little bit better, right? That seems like that got you a little bit closer. But as you can see right here, these are those two different effects when you roll that around differently. You can see that a little bit better, okay? Now we're going to clean off this stamp and this one just so I don't wind up sticking because it's, of course, red, and I always wind up dipping or throwing a paper over into it and making a mess. So I'm gonna take this stamp off, and now there's two little stamens that I want. Here's a bigger stamen, and then there's this little tiny, tiny stamen right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put one on one side and the other on the other side. So see, I have them both on there. Now, using my Bermuda Bay again, I'm gonna stamp off once because I want that lighter look in the inside of this flower like that. And then the same thing here in the inside of this one. There we go, perfect. All right, now I'm going to grab the, I need to use, oh, I still have one more thing I need to stamp on here. I need to stamp the sentiment, and I forgot. So let's put the sentiment on here. I think I'm gonna do the, with this set, you have quite a bit of different sentiments in here. So I'm gonna grab the one that says birthday wishes because I think, I know I've got some birthday cards to send out, but I think this makes a beautiful birthday card. So I'm gonna take that, take my Bermuda, and just stamp this right here. because then when I bring over the embossing machine, then I have it already all stamped on there. So let me grab the little embossing machine and my plates. Okay, I don't need a specialty plate, I just need these. So let me see. There's the white one. That's what I'm looking for. I was going to say, wait a minute, that's not the one that I need. Okay, so I need these. This is that boho blue that we had during the promotion, during celebrations that the new demonstrators could get. Or you could buy it as a demonstrator. So that's how we have it. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this really quick. I'll show you at the end because we need to get these cut. So I need both of those. So this one is going to cut out my little flower here. Okay, that's gonna go there. And then this one here is gonna cut out my big flower. Just like that, push that tape down. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut those two and then do my sentiment in just a minute, because otherwise I have to try to worry about too many things going through and that screws me up. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these out. Sorry about the shaking of the table. Okay, there's a flower. There's my other flower. Okay, like that. And then in this, you get a couple of these different, now this is the sending dies. These dies, you get 2 of these little labels here that work perfect with the length of these different sentiments. Some will go in the long one, and then you've got these shorter ones that go in this short one. So I'm gonna grab this piece of washi tape here just to stick over this and hold it in place. So because this is a little bit longer than my sentiment, I need to make sure that I get it even on there and then place my washi tape down and then go ahead and run that through. Oops, I have this. I need to flip this around. And then stagger my cutting plates so it'll go through the machine. Okay, just like that. And we are done with the machine and the plates. Okay, now we're gonna bring, we're gonna bring our card back and our little piece back here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dimensionals here, and using a big dimensional on this one here, I'm going to place this, right like that on that little stem that's going up. And then I'm going to put a small dimensional on this smaller flower. And then do this going like that. Okay, there's our flowers. Isn't that so pretty? I mean, like, who would have thunk of these colors together? I saw a card with these colors, and I knew I had to show you guys because so many of you have that Pretty Prince paper, but doing these different colors really kind of sparks you getting that paper out and using it again, because sometimes you put that paper away and it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. So this way, seeing it made with something new kind of makes you go, okay, I'm gonna pull that paper out and I'm gonna play with it again. And that's kind of what we need to do so we don't feel guilty buying more paper when the new paper comes out. This way, we're using our paper up and we don't have to feel like we're, wasting. Or that we guilt ourselves that we're buying more paper when we've got shelves and shelves of paper. Trust me, I know. Okay, I'm just sticking these kind of side by side here. Okay, just like that. Now on here, ooh, that kind of looks good like that. I didn't even think of doing it like that, but with this strip here, I'm not gonna do that, but think of doing this card maybe without this strip and just doing your glimmer and putting your piece together like that, just on your Bermuda Bay in the center with your sentiment on there. That would be really cool too. I didn't even think about that until it was just sitting there. But that would be neat as well, just seeing the four corners of the Sweet Sorbet. But I plan on putting this on there with just seeing that little bit of layer. Now I am gluing that straight down to the Sweet Sorbet, and then I will pop up this layer. Since we've already got our flowers popped up with some dimension, I will put some dimension on the backing of that Sweet Sorbet. Okay, so just like that. Now let's put some dimensionals on the back of this. My mom makes the best coffee. I'll get in here and I start putting all my stuff. I start putting all my stuff up, and she comes in with my cup of coffee. It's so nice. It's like being at a restaurant and being served. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right in the middle here, watching this side and this side over here, watching those points. And then kind of watching the spacing between here and here so I make sure I'm kind of getting that straight in there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my little birthday wishes and I'm going to place it right here. But knowing that I'm going to do that, this side needs to have a dimensional on it because it's going to be the same height as this little square. And then I will glue this side straight on. So this side will be the only side that's popped, so it stays the same height as my little triangle here. So I need to put a dimensional right here. And then put a little bit of glue on this side. Like that. And then that is going to go right like that. Beautiful. Then I have those little brass butterflies wherever I put them. There they are. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take one of these big ones here. Now be sure to get yourself some of these butterflies because they are so awesome on so many of your flower cards because of the fact that they're the only thing that we have that is shaped like a butterfly. And so they go great with any of your floral images. So I think I'm just going to do the one butterfly because I think that's all that really needs, because you've got the glimmer paper that adds kind of enough on there. So yep, I'm just going to do the one butterfly. Now let me grab an inside to this card. I'm just going to grab a white piece here. And I'm going to grab my little strip that I have. That's just going to go on the inside of this card to bring all that paper together. Now it's a little bit longer than my inside, but that's okay because I can cut that down. So I'm just going to put that right there. And then grab my snips, cut off this excess, just like that. And now glue this on the inside of my card, and voila, my card is ready to have me write in the inside or stamp a sentiment or both. And that can go to my recipient. And since it's birthday themed, I could give this as a birthday card. So there is my card for Coffee and Cards. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And look at those colors that I was telling you guys. Isn't that so cool? Now, the other thing that I was thinking is you could take this card and this layer right here, you could actually run that through a textured embossing folder and give that some texture to just give you a little bit of extra something to this if you don't just like that plain and you want some other, you know, stuff going on. Maybe the coffee will make up for the noise today. It's okay, Mom. It happens. It's not a big deal. So yeah, so there is our card for the day. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys play with these different colors and give that a try because it really does make a beautiful, beautiful card. Oh, you are so welcome, Kay. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, isn't this layout fun, Rhea? Very simple also. But again, I'm on that whole theme right now of showing you guys how to get your designer series paper used up. So again, you don't have to feel guilty about buying some of that new paper that is going to be hitting the shelves on May 4th. I think that's when this new catalog, May the 4th be with you. That always reminds me of that. Oh no, May 2nd. I was wrong. Good. Now I don't have to say May the 4th be with you. I'm not a Star Wars fan. So there you guys go. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. And I will see you guys on Monday. And congratulations to Miss Anna who won the mystery stamping challenge. I'm so glad that she got her card submitted. You too, Rhea. And have a great weekend. All right, you guys. I will have all the dimensions and everything posted up on the blog here in just a little bit. Give me some time to get some photos done, getting everything written. All right, you guys. Bye-bye.